Maybe I have to fix the swing a little bit too. So, how's everybody? Oh, this really just rolls back and forth, doesn't it? Huh. Maybe we won't swing. But we're live on YouTube. That's what it just said. So, how's everyone? Everything is fine here. There's music in the rafters. So nice. Maybe I can sit here. Well, it just occurred to me that perhaps I could have a visit with you. But I am with my kids all the time now. And so it's not time for YouTube videos, you know. Look at my messy hair. This is what happens when we do nothing but play Minecraft all day and do dishes and cook. I also cut all of the grass in front of the teepee down there, the grass hut teepee. It's quite a lot of grass and it's very tall. It's not like some of it is a 1.5 feet high, but a lot of it is over my head, especially the Timothy grass. Well, that wasn't quite over my head. It was up to my neck, I guess. So about 5 feet tall. But my goodness, it's thick. You know, when you have Timothy grass. Oh, we have a thumbs up and 2 people are here. It's the afternoon, that's right. Usually when I make a video in the middle of the night or early in the morning and nobody shows up, I have no one to blame but myself. Anyway, this is my view. And this is the sounds I hear. My husband and 2 sons are here, and they all play the piano, and music fills the rafters. I just love it. And all 3 of them are compose their own stuff. I'm not sure what this is. I think this piece he might be learning it, teaching it to himself, you know. It's pretty impressive what kids do, you know. They never like went to conservatory or anything, but they you know, you grow up hearing lots of notes at the same time and fast. And it just fills you with this wonderful feeling. I love it. Like Chopin, oh my gosh. Chopin is so good. He's so fast. And Beethoven, sometimes Beethoven is very good. There's one that starts with, I have words I always use with it because it sounds like some words. The more we get together, that's how it starts. Da 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 da. No, it changes after those few notes. Anyway, I don't play the piano. I used to try, but it went away. Projects, you know, you get projects and then things you're kind of working on. I remember I was trying very hard to learn. I was in the 3rd book. I was in the 3rd adult piano book. And I was doing pretty well. I was kind of impressed with myself. I mean, that means nothing because I really impressed myself with doing nothing. Look, you smiled. Oh, you're having an awesome time, aren't you? You know how it is. Gotta keep yourself boosted up.
No, what you doing?
I'm having a live video with all my peeps. All the old fogies.
I thought Desmond stole your YouTube channel.
Well, he did, but I got it back. Yeah, I mean, good grief. It was Teepee Woman. I mean, that was all.
Like your old one?
Yeah, the really old one. Yeah, and this one took over and took off, and that one was left behind. And the only time it got posted on, there's like 250 videos on it, but the only time it got posted on was when, for some reason, I was already on the wrong channel. And if I was on the wrong channel, then when I'd upload, it would go there. Anyway. That was amazing piano. What was it?
Making it up.
Was it? It's so pretty. I was dancing to it, and it was really nice. What would you call it? What are you going to call it?
Nothing. Just
Nothing? Random.
Random notes.
Random notes. I believe you not. Look at this view. There's a piece of tape on that tree, and every time I sit here, I look at it. And then there's also a hammock there, which I don't dare lay in it. I used to lay in all these hammocks, but you know, they've been up for many years. I have no idea when I figured out making hammocks. Way back, maybe 20, maybe 15 years ago or 17 years ago. It's one of those first things, you know. So we've been playing Minecraft pretty steady, and I love it. And when we get bored doing something in one place, we go get in a boat and go explore and then do something somewhere else. And this guy, he comes up with some amazing things. You know, if I want to make something say I want to make a spaceship in Minecraft and have a rocket, have it go up. Well, I have to go on YouTube and find out all about how to do it and get all the right number of blocks and do it just the way they do it, and then it works. But Daniel, he gets this idea he wants to do something, and he just figures it out, and he keeps figuring it out until it goes, and then he does it. Like, he's got this automatic sheep shearing farm that repeats, and the sheep go from one side to the other in this narrow passageway, and it shears his sheep. Yeah, and he's also he's laughing. It's very interesting watching. It's very fun playing with him.
I like positive feedback.
Oh,
And
it's
standing around getting all this positive feedback.
yay, Daniel. He's such a good influence, you know. Like, he's
Yeah,
the little children. The little children, they want to do active stuff, right? And so Daniel does, you know, he just does random stuff on the trampoline, and these are things that kids haven't necessarily seen. Or, you know, he does pull-ups on the beam up here. He'll jump up and, where's the beam anyway? There it is. So he'll jump up and grab the beam and then do pull-ups. Used to do CrossFit. Anyway, I am having a lot of fun. It's really nice. I suppose I should get a little more exercise. I did do a bit today. I went down there and cut all that grass from 5 o'clock to 7. And I don't know how much grass it was, but maybe if it was all one place, maybe 30 by 30 or 40 by 40. Nah, I don't know, something like that. 30 by... anyway, about 10 feet wide and about 5, 10,
Like, it's
15,
easy to write
20,
songs.
25, 30.
It's easy to write songs because you don't have to memorize all
If-
the notes. You can just be like, play a whole lot of notes and be like, you don't have to like learn all those notes. You know what I mean?
So you can just start over
If
every
someone else
time.
wants to copy it, good luck. Probably can't even. Oh, I could probably do it again. if I remembered it on my
Can you play that one again?
No.
I hope it got recorded on here. It's so pretty. He really plays mellow music. You know, Willem doesn't play mellow music. He plays classical piano. Some of it's beautiful and mellow, but some of it is raunchy and jagged, like Prokofiev. So the smoke is gone. Tyler, it looks like your son lost some weight since the Hawaii. No. You haven't seen Daniel for 7 years. This is Daniel. He's been in Vietnam. Abraham is here, and he has lost a lot of weight too. But that was Daniel. You can look up, there's a whole playlist called Daniel. He played the clarinet and he played trumpet and the piano. I wonder if I was making YouTube videos when he performed in his school. It was like grade 5. So what's that? 5 years old when you start school, and grade 5, so 5 plus 5 is 10. So when he was 10, he's 30 now, that was 20 years ago. So no, I didn't start making videos till 18 years ago, I think. So how is it out there in Las Vegas, Tyler? It said it was going to be very hot in a few places. Oh. Well, we're about to leave. We only have a few minutes until we're going to go see Auntie Scarlett, whose name is Auntie Sweet to the children. Isn't that beautiful out here? Blessed. I have no idea why. I took a chance, we took a chance looking for something. We couldn't afford anything. And the house we were in was so cheap. It was going to sell for even cheaper. It was going to sell for $50,000. And this one was like $90,000 or $89,000. And well, there's no way we could afford something like this. But I guess what happened was when we went to see the mortgage, the rates had dropped. And so our mortgage was going to be less if we owned this than if we owned the house elsewhere. So we were able to do it. But we couldn't live in Ottawa. Ottawa was so expensive. Our rent was going up, and we couldn't afford that much. It was going up. And so we had to leave town. So we took a chance and we found that house, the first house. And Willem said, no, we can't. But only thing that we would be able to afford was the slums in Ottawa. And I did not want my children growing up in the slums of Ottawa. I mean, they're not really slums. We don't have slums in Canada. But anyway, it's the rough part of town. You get my drift. They were all garden houses, so they were all rentals. And rentals, I don't know, sometimes rentals are perfect. They're just perfect. They do everything perfectly. And sometimes you've got renters that are not. And you rue the day that you let them come in and destroy the place. It can cost you millions before you can get them out. Not millions, just lots. 112 degrees, so you don't go outside, I suppose. And everything's air conditioned, and you go into underground parking and out of an air conditioned parking lot in your car. You don't walk, right? Or take the bus. 112 degrees, what is that in Celsius? I don't know. 45? If you just wait just a minute, I could check, or somebody else could check and tell me. That would be it better. I've discovered OpenAI chat.gp OpenAI chat GPT. It's a website. You go to the website just like any website, and it has a ask your question line. And you type in your question. It doesn't know who you are. It knows nothing about you. And answers it with as much knowledge as was had by 2021. So of all the knowledge in the world. and it'll give you differing ideas. But if you ask, like, what conditions do my blueberries need if I plant blueberries? And it will give you a whole thing of all the conditions, the soil type, and the, you know, and the acidity, and she'll go on about, it'll be a long thing. Like, it's not just, you don't just get a two-liner or a list of possible websites that you might get something from if you click on them, but often you might not. And then you get some questions. Like, I am done with Google. Google and I have separated ways. We've seen a parting of the ways, and now I use OpenAI .chat GPT, I think it's GPT, or just, you could just Google OpenAI chat GPT, and then the Google will show it to you. And then once you've got that website, you can have it, so you can open it on your phone and just leave that one open and just go to it every time you want to know something. Or you could download the app, but I don't think the app is, I think you may end up having to buy things with the app. I'm not sure. And I don't need an app. I can just go on. If I've got the internet, I'll go there. You know why? Anyway, it's easier if I've got it saved and all. Anyway, every time I've got a question, I go to that page and I type in my question, and I get this long answer with all the possibilities. I mean, all the things that, it depends what the question is, right? I would like you to 40. Oh my gosh, 44.4. I don't think you can be outside in 45, can you? Isn't that like deadly? 44.4. I do everything in the morning when I'm not working. I would like you to make another video of you going through the supermarket, picking out bargains and offering other advice. Well, okay. I did make some, which I have I marked them unlisted for a few years because they got all these hits and everything else was getting left behind. So I made them private so everything else would get looked at. And then I just released them. So there should be grocery shopping, cheap groceries. But I could do it again. I could do that again. Yeah, why not? I don't go to the store very often. I find that if you buy in bulk, like if you buy rice in bulk or big bags of potatoes and the large bags of, at the Asian food stores, you can buy big bags of lentils. The yellow lentils are very tasty. I don't really like the dark ones. The orange ones, I mean, are tasty. And I buy I buy chickpeas, and I buy them in the can, and I try and shop between the Asian grocery stores. And oh, you've seen my old ones. That's why you want new ones. They're like 10 years old now. Well, I haven't changed. I don't know if I'll say anything different, but I'm going to do it. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I don't buy. I don't buy anything that comes in packages anymore. Like instant rice. The difference in instant rice and regular rice is 10 minutes. And the difference in price between regular rice and instant rice is like many, many dollars. I don't know how many, but lots. Anyway. And I usually don't mind meat. My son, Daniel, who you just saw, he really likes meat because his bodybuilding thing, or strength training, I don't think he's bodybuilding, just being good and fit. Anyway, so he eats a lot of meat, but we don't eat meat. There was a study, they wrote a book about it. It was called the China Study. And when you look at the organization of the study, and you see what the parameters were and what the controls were and the amount of people that they tested, and the numbers are staggering. So it's a really good study because, you know, like a sample of 5 people, it's not going to show you anything. A sample of 100 people might show you a bit, but a sample of 100 million people, you know, you get a good study. I don't know how much was in that study. I didn't read it. But anyway, Willem was impressed, and he's an epidemiologist, so he knows, you know, what is a good study and what isn't. You know, I think that's PhD stuff, right? Anyway, so I don't buy meat because of in the book it showed that there was correlations between meats and cancer, and I don't know. I don't buy dairy products because they either make me sick, like I get colds and congestion. If there's a virus around, I'm definitely going to catch it if I'm using milk. It's a wonderful petri dish for all the bacteria to grow, all this good old slime all through your system. Anyway, so I don't usually do that. I don't buy bread. I don't do anything. I don't use gluten free. Anyway, but I do use fresh vegetables and frozen vegetables and frozen fruit, mostly blueberries. And sometimes if we have some bread, I'll get a straight rye bread with no rice in it or anything. That seems to be pretty good. Anyway, so oh, it's time to go, isn't it?
No, I'm gonna play a game of Dota.
You're gonna play a game, or should we go?
Okay, we can go.
What?
Okay, we can go.
We can go. Okay, I'll say goodbye to you guys. It was nice spending a little time with you. Bye bye.